Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of ExcaliburCCGTV. Every week we come together to tell you about the great comics hitting the shelf. We are talking about the awesome comics for April 1st, 2015. No April Fool's jokes, guys. We're going to keep it serious and inform you of what is hitting because we have a huge week. There's a ton of stuff to get, see, read, and collect. I'm Chris. My co-host Randy is back.
Guess who's back?
He's here. He's here in the flesh.
Again. That's right.
I'm glad to have him back. Guys, you can always follow what's going on with us, ExcaliburCCG.com. We are Excalibur Comics, cards and games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and in Texarkana, Texas. And we are just glad to be here. What is coming up that everybody needs to know about, Randy?
Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
2015.
Yes.
The first Saturday in May.
Yes.
And if I look at something real quickly, I can tell you that day is
May
2nd.
May 2nd.
Look at that. He knew. I did not.
Yes. We're planning an awesome day here. Tons of stuff to be a part of, to get. We're trying to work with some other things outside of just giving away comic books to some other vendors and stuff here to take care of our patrons, and looking forward to a great day.
We're a small comic book shop.
Yep.
And we're not in a big city, but
right.
we want to try and bring you that kind of attitude.
Exactly.
So that's what our hopes are.
That's the plan. So mark your calendars, May 2nd, 2015. Free Comic Book Day. The day after Avengers 2 hits the theater.
Oh.
So you can't, there you go. You can't miss out on that. Guys, we have a ton of stuff to cover this week. We are about to dive into some new number ones that are starting this week. I'll go ahead and kick it off because this is going to be the big one. The big one.
That's
Convergence. Right. Convergence number 0 is hitting this week. Everything has been leading up to this for DC Comics. All of you DC Comic fans, it all changes and coalesces starting this week with Convergence number 0. Every story that you've read, every story of the DC Universe still matters. It's still there, and it's all been collected, and it's still happening on this world called Telos that Brainiac has in his grubby little paws. But we get to see everything come together, starting with this weekly mini-series that will span over 2 months, Convergence number 0. We get to see everything, and we get to see Kingdom Come, we get to see Red Sun, we get to see Wild West Justice League, Captain Carrot, and the Zoo Crew. All these worlds will collide, and new stories will stem from them for these next 2 months, starting with Convergence number 0. Do not miss out on that.
Marvel is not going to be outdone by DC because Marvel is releasing their 4th Star Wars book.
Exactly.
This is Kanan, the Last Padawan, number 1. Caleb Doom was a Padawan when all of the clone troopers turned on the Republic. How did he survive? How did he become the cocky, surefire, sarcastic renegade known as Kanan Jarrus? We don't know, but this series is going to answer those questions and possibly more. So this, as far as I know, is an ongoing series here. And it ties into a character from the Star Wars Republic?
Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
So big things happening with that.
Yeah, exactly. I like, and I love the covers. Every one of the covers I've seen for this issue have been really, really cool.
I think it was Mark Brooks.
Yes, exactly. Uncanny Inhumans number 0 starts this week. We've been seeing Inhumans pop up on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and now we get to see them take center stage with a second Inhumans series here from Marvel by Charles Soule and Steve McNiven, who they're touting as the industry's top-selling artist for this issue. And if you thought you knew Black Bolt, you don't. You're going to find out much more about this Inhuman King starting with this 0 issue from Marvel. Delving into Black Bolt, everything about him, things you don't know, some things you do know, and beautifully drawn by Steve McNiven. So I'm going to be flipping through this one and checking it out because it's going to be pretty on the eyes.
Hopefully not just flipping through, but purchasing and then flipping through.
We'll see.
We've also got more Marvel here. Avengers Millennium number 1. This is a 4-issue miniseries, and it's the Avengers vs. Hydra in time. The Avengers stumble upon a Hydra base that has a time machine in it. And the scariest thing is that Hydra doesn't seem to be using this time machine. Maybe it's because they have found out that they win the future. So now it's going to be, I guess, the Avengers trying to stop whatever has ever already happened. I don't know. We'll have to see what exactly is going to go on here.
Very cool. I like that. Like, what's scarier than having a time machine is somebody who has it and doesn't use it because they know something we don't know.
Yeah.
Also, Avengers Ultron Forever #1. This takes a look at the world won and conquered by Ultron, and Doctor Doom has handpicked his own team of Avengers to deal with the Ultron threat. Drawn by Alan Davis. We've got Al Ewing on art.
On writing.
On writing, yeah, because he doesn't. I don't think he draws anything. But yes, a Doctor Doom, another Doctor Doom assembled Avengers team. I am all for it. Of course, they're plucked from different times and different periods and stuff, all put together to face Ultron. Yes, I will take that, sir.
Doom is pretty smart, but not quite smart enough, because if he's going to pluck 2 different Thors, why not pluck 7 different Thors to take out Ultron? Just saying.
The power sets, man. The guy had some different power sets.
7 Thors.
Ultimate power.
Yeah. Just saying. Last up for me, we have a cool one coming out from Image Comics called No Mercy #1. And this is written by Alex DeCampi. Love her writing. And Carlos B. McNeil of Finder fame here. With this, it was supposed to be just another trip down to Central America to build schools, but a tragedy strikes and a handful of U.S. teens are left down there across from the border, away from home. Now their biggest obstacle is to try to get home and get home alive, because it seems like it's the locals or the maybe just the landscape does not like them, but they are actively trying to kill them.
Yes.
And I believe this is going to be a few different acts. This will the first act, I think, is like 8 issues, and then they'll have another one. If I'm remembering from the Image Expo.
Okay.
But this is beginning here. I'm totally psyched for this book.
Yeah, I think it's one to check out. Definitely one worth checking out. And with it being an Image comic,
you never know.
Yeah, it may sell out, all that jazz. Last up from Titan Comics, they decided to give him his own series as well. I'm talking about the 9th Doctor.
The best Doctor. Doctor
Who, the 9th. I'm talking about the Christopher Eccleston Doctor that started off this new Doctor Who series that's going on right now. But we can take a look at the Doctor, Rose, and Captain Jack Harkness working together to find out who is selling time, equipment, and items on the black market here on Earth. So fans of Doctor Who, if you've been getting the 10th and 11th Doctor and all that jazz, and whatever's been going on, here's another one to add to your pull list, the 9th Doctor #1, starting this week.
And I will tell you that the black market is an intergalactic one. I'm not sure if it's exactly here on Earth.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
We'll
black
see.
market's a bad thing with time devices, period. So, yeah, totally.
Yes.
So moving on, guys, a couple of notable issues we've been bringing them to you every week. Randy, what have you got?
The Gotham Academy has their Endgame book coming out here. With all the craziness that is going on in Gotham, the power is out at the Academy. So what are the students going to be left doing? They're going to tell Joker stories.
Right.
That's a little creepy. Plus, there's someone prowling around on the ground with a crossbow. Don't know what happens.
No, what's going on with that? Also, another one in the Endgame one-shots here, Arkham Manor, Endgame #1. It's the craziest night in Gotham City, and Batman's villains are out on the prowl. We get to take a look at that, and who will survive the Manor as the madness that's going on as Arkham Manor spills out into the streets. That Batgirl Endgame issue was a great read.
It was a great flip through looking at the pictures. You didn't really read.
Exactly.
You read with your eyes for the pictures.
That's
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing at all.
It was really good. It was
very beautiful.
It was great. Great storytelling, visual storytelling all the way through it. So there we go, guys. Also for the storylines, we've got one coming this week. Black Vortex storyline continues with Cyclops #12. This issue, we take a look at someone who has been considered to be too powerful as it is, may encounter the Black Vortex and become omnipotent, all-powerful. We're taking a look at Jean Grey as she faces the decision of becoming more than what she is by the power and the virtue of the Black Vortex. And will Cyclops be able to change her mind and convince her that maybe she should do that, or will he convince her that she shouldn't do it? We'll take a look at that with Cyclops #12 this week, part of the Black Vortex storyline hitting the shelf.
Baby, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Guys, that's it for the storylines, notables, the new number ones, tons of stuff hitting. Buzz, I did want to tell you that we are getting in your copies of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 1. So we'll have that pulled back for you in your box.
More seriously, it will be there for you, Keith.
Keith, there you go, bro. Hey, moving on to our favorites. These are the comics that are the first things that are going to be the first comics that we read coming out this week. The top of our stack. Randy, what is up for you?
We both are looking forward to Spider-Gwen number 3.
Yes.
There is a new officer on the case of Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman. Who is this officer?
Frank Castle.
Yeah, that's not someone that we want to have after us. I'm sure that Gwen feels the exact same way.
Yes, yes.
So, great series so far, and I like the little tweaks that they have to the characters there. It doesn't feel like they're just like tossing them in there to go, hey, look, here's such and such. They actually are using Castle in a way that is quite frightening.
Exactly. So, and honestly, the greatest appeal for me for this series isn't even Spider-Gwen. It's the way they're using everybody else. The other cast members, Matt Murdock, Kingpin, Frank Castle, the other one, the old detective, DeWolf is back.
Ben Grimm, Gene DeWolf. They had Ben Grimm as a detective.
Exactly. I'm enjoying like everything else except for Spider-Gwen. That's why I'm reading it. What else for you, bro?
Love Spider-Gwen. We have Cluster number 3 coming out. And with this, Samara and Grace and the other survivors of the dropship, their time is running out. And now if they're looking to avoid getting punched out, they're going to have to figure out what exactly is going on with this gang that has past ties to the prison. Yes. And if they have past ties to a prison, why haven't they been punched out? So we'll figure out what's going on exactly. This has been a stellar series so far. Stellar space. Ha! It has been. Read it if you have to get the second prints. It's well worth it.
Yes, very much so. Up for me, Dying in the Dead, number 2. Loved that double-sized first issue, the way it set up everything. And now we get to take a look at this old aging colonel, this general or whatever type of position he is, gathering up some of his team to go about performing the task that he set out to do, that he will do in order to save his dying wife. We're like a month or two behind on getting number 2.
We're about 2 or 3 weeks behind.
Is that all?
Still,
okay.
That creative team had their issues with getting stuff out on time with Secret. Please tell me this is not going to be happening with Dying in the Dead.
I hope not. I hope not.
That killed Secret.
It did. It really did. Guys, please keep it monthly. Keep it coming because we love it. Dying in the Dead, number 2. Check it out if you haven't read it already. Yeah.
Last up for me is Iron Fist, The Living Weapon, number 11. This is the second to last issue that's coming out. And with this, we see that Danny Rand's father has had the idea to release his dead wife from the beyond, but instead he's unleashed something much, much worse than he could have imagined. Now it's up to Danny to try and stop this by any means possible, and that could mean with his own life. We'll see what goes on. Good series. The art sometimes is a little tough to follow and tough to swallow, but it's been very well written. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, very good. Also for me, Southern Bastards number 8. This is the last issue of the Gridiron storyline that Aaron and Jason Latour have been telling about Coach Boss. And we get to take a look and see how the worst football player in Crawl County became Boss, Coach Boss. But, oh man, it's been so good. It's been so good. It's real gritty too. We've seen the sacrifices that Boss has made all the way up to this point. I want to see how they're going to take this storyline of someone that you initially hate in the first storyline. You develop some empathy for in this storyline, how they're going to wrap it up with this final issue of that storyline. I'm so looking forward to it.
I'm glad.
Good stuff. It's really good. It's really good, Randy. It's really good. It's good for you. That's it, guys. That's it for our favorites. So be sure and tell us in the comments below what your favorites are, the things that you'll be reading first when they come out this next week for April 1st, 2015. On to the question of the week.
Yes.
Tons of speculation happened beforehand, before they were all revealed. But this week we are talking to you about the all-new, all-different Avengers hitting for Free Comic Book Day. In case you haven't seen the image, of who it is, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen here now. You'll be able to see the full roster lineup. We get to take a look at it. We see the new Thor. We see Vision.
Yes.
We see Sam Wilson, Captain America.
We see an Iron Man.
We do see it, exactly. We get to see Miss Marvel.
Yes.
Kamala Khan, Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Yes.
And I believe this is Sam Alexander, Nova.
Yeah.
So an entirely different Avengers crew that looks like it's going to be hitting for Free Comic Book Day with the Free Comic Book Day Marvel issue that's going to be given away.
Yeah.
Randy, what are your thoughts on this all-new, all-different Avengers team hitting for Free Comic Book Day?
Let me say this. I do not believe that the Avengers should be what the Justice League is. I do not believe it should be all these A-listers, the heavy hitters, the big seven that Marvel has tried making them in the past with having Peter Parker and Wolverine and all these other characters who never should have been on the team. Did not fit. Terrible stories with them for the most part, my opinion. This group, I like this a lot more because this is some new characters stepping into the spotlight that have the power still. You still kind of have the big three, Iron Man, Cap, and Thor. And you have some youngsters who have... they're training. You've seen in Miss Marvel, she is training. Miles Morales is not new to the crime fighting game,
right? And
Sam whatever his name is, Alexander might have the most experience of those three right now, and so having them in there. I like this. Maybe it's a Vision putting out another distress call again, bringing in like he did in Young Avengers, or it's taking and using a little bit of what the Avengers Academy did and pulling in some of these. But we've seen in the Giant Size X-Men, we've seen an all-new group of untested heroes come together before. We've seen Cap bring in Hawkeye and Vision, or Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, who were not superheroes, who were not time-tested. We have had this. So people, you really need to get off your high horses with this. We need experience and we need to have people that are recognizable. It's a good, fun team. I'm totally excited for it.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is different. I'm a bit tearful, to be honest with you, that Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man, the series is going to be ending. Yeah. Because it has been, I'm really enjoying what's going on now.
It's been a fun book.
It's been great. It's been a great series all around for the most part for me. I mean, not perfect, but man, it's one of the top things I want to read whenever I get it. I like the inclusion of him. I like seeing Miss Marvel. Honestly, I would have liked to have seen another female character. There's only two.
Well, we still don't know. That could be a female that's in the Iron Man armor. We don't know at this point in time.
Very possible.
I mean, here's one of the things, guys. Why, if we're creating armor, Iron Man's creating armor for a female character, why does it need to be curvy and showing off all her curves? What does that do in battle?
I don't think it does much.
It doesn't do anything. So why would the armor have to be that way for a female in there? So Pepper Potts could be there.
Exactly.
We don't know because everything that's going on in Superior could be leading to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think I have to have that kind of armor distinction. Between the genders.
Yeah, but I would not mind another female, and we could have one. We just don't know.
It could be the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl.
Shut the front door! Holy cow! Mind blown.
Mind blown right there. So guys, you've seen the image now. You see who is on the all new, all different Avengers coming for Free Comic Book Day. Tell us in the comments below what you think of this lineup for the Avengers team. Do you agree with Randy? The Avengers do not have to be like the Justice League. Doesn't have to be the almighty, all-powerful heroes of the Marvel Universe. It just has to be a great team that you think will coalesce and work together to be a great Avengers team.
That should have had D-Man.
Yes, there's always room for D-Man, people. So, guys, tell us in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And that's really it for this week, sir. Yeah. Anything else to add?
I think we have covered everything. It is great to be back, and hopefully I'll be back 2 weeks in a row.
Business pending. Yeah. Great to have you back, bro. Great to have you back on the episode. Hey everybody, say hi to Randy. Make sure you make him feel welcome in the comments. And guys, if you watched this far or listened this far, subscribe to us here on YouTube. The subscribe button is just down below. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the description below. Everyone out there on iTunes and Stitcher and all that, thanks for listening. The show does originate as a video on YouTube, but thanks for listening. If you don't have the time to watch us, we really, really appreciate it. And that's it for this week, folks. So until next time, take care, be safe, read some great comics, and Hail Hydra.